Hey everybody, welcome back to Champ and Sons and our Planet Coaster live stream, where we are here back working with our T-Rex coaster. Cyclops is what we're going with. And you can see I've done actually a lot of work off camera. Getting the border segment done, getting some rock work coming in here, and really just kind of outlining this area with the fencing to go around this whole kind of section here. And you'll see it's pretty basic fencing. There's nothing spectacular to it. It's just a little wall that's kind of doubled over on itself plus the Mediterranean fence. So nothing big, no biggie. But it did go all the way around there, and then on this other side I have got it stopped up to here. And I went on ahead and fenced off this coaster because I just think in reality it definitely would have a fence around it, at least to try the best to keep the public out, right? So that's kind of what we've got going, at least all the way around the coaster, pretty much, for trying to prevent as much people as possible from having access to the track and so forth. So let's jump into what we're going to be working on today. It is going to be a lot of these decorative buildings and finishing up, probably getting a lot of the flower work put in on the queue line here. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a slight little border of, say, the really dark terrain paint. So what is it, soil, I think. Yeah, if I'm just going to do, I could just do a little border all the way around where that is, so I can line this with flowers and plants and then kind of keep some trees here in the middle. I haven't really decided that yet, so we're going to take a look at that, but probably really once we get these buildings kind of done and taken care of, so we can have this coaster for the most part pretty much completed. Alright, so first building first. And there's a couple different things I like to look at when it comes to putting these in. One, it is going to be obviously the sight line, right? And how high up. See, that's definitely going to be too high. So I got just one more little length I could go up here. So I do kind of want to get this squared off for the most part. Oop. But see, we're gonna, oh, that's real close. And it does kind of cut through in reality, but I think we can let that go. It's Planet Coaster, for God's sakes. It doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, I do kind of wonder how that's gonna look coming through there. Coming out of that with, I don't think you'd really see. No, you're not going to see it because that's going to be the entryway and that's the exit. Oh, I misread that one. Alright. Well then, so be it. Alright, what is this I've got? Marble. I don't think I want marble. Give me plaster. What is this? Oh, that's weird. Don't like it. Plaster floor, divided plaster floor. Yeah, but we're gonna make it a little darker. Too dark. Whoa. Alright. No, that's okay. Let's go. Is this the one? Yeah, here we go. Solid. See that? That was gonna be close. I'm going to say it's still doable. It's just going to be close. A little closer than I would want, you know, but the peeps in Planet Coaster, they like to live dangerously. So I put them dangerously close to the track decorations. That's pretty funny. Alright. Let's see. Do that. When stupid height thing. Alright. Alright, so I know I can't put anything. Well, I mean, I guess I could come in this way, right? So I could do that. That looks weird as shit, but it's alright. Nope. Yeah, I can actually. It's coming out on this side because it's facing that way. I can do it only right here. Let me see. Is there going to be a spot where it's going to be coming around soon, or is it stuck waiting for people? Oh, no, I got one coming. Okay. I do like those transitions from little maneuver to little maneuver. Down. Get ready. And pause. Yeah, obviously not, but how high do I need to go? Ooh. Yeah, I mean, that could work. That could work. Yeah. I don't know. Oh shit. What happened? I don't know. Oh man. Yeah, no. I just don't like that. Maybe it's just the height. Like if I did a 2 meter. Man, that's different. The hell? That's not what I want. I want my same thing. Solid. Nobody wants a damn solid wall, for God's sakes. Well, actually, here along these walls is where I'm going to put in some damaged looking sections, right? So, like actually a 2 meter does work for that. Boom. And then, oh, hold on. Here we go. Oh, it's only under marble. Let me just separate this out into the mythology theme. Western, nice. Alright. Let me find these things. I don't know about the boat just yet. Ah, yes, this stuff. All right. Let me put that there. Got some of these on top. Yeah, that's pretty much what you have to kind of do. Looks like a little building, little palace section's been destroyed, I'll say that. I think that pulls it off pretty damn well, if you ask me yourself. So, boom. Boom. And boom. Alright. So, I need my 1 meter. 1 meter. Stone ruin, no. No, no, no. There it is. Nope, that's not it either. Oh my god. Gotta select down through marble now. Solid. Nope, here it is. So yeah, this is a pretty simple pattern, but I think it actually looks pretty good. You know, might just be me though. And in reality, here's one thing I'll say: like, so the train is right there. I mean, just look how fast you're going to be going through this. Oh shit. Yeah, good thing I did check that. No one's getting their head chopped off. Not there. Not on my watch. Not today. Boom. And so a lot of that's what we're going to see in these builds. Pretty much, I think, for the most part, throughout. In all reality. So, let me back off this one for a little bit, because I think we're going to have to put some trees and stuff around to really kind of, like I said, finish off a lot of this area in here. So yeah, I'm going to have to be looking at it that way. Alright, so that's still marble. But it's going to be this one. So, just need this to go around. And mainly because I need to see where it runs into the ground and where it doesn't, right? So, I know for a lot of this work, it's going to be covering the ground essentially with some of the marble pieces, but I need to know kind of where my wall sections are going to be built at to shut this off while keeping the building kind of whole. You know what I mean? Should be through there in that sense. Now then, the question's going to come to here though. So I'm going to say that's the lowest level on that side, and yeah, that works there. But I need it to come to at least about this. I can run that pretty much all the way down. I think I'll just move some terrain back on that. So if I do that coming around here, so yeah, to finish off like this wall section with the others, I am just going to use some of those flat floor pieces to kind of bring it all together in that sense. I'll just move that. I know a lot of my placement's a little off kilter right now. Oh my god, there we go. Sorry, camera work is crazy. I know. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and move back this little plot up. Not. Let me just do this. Alright. Now that that's good. Okay, so now I've got that in place here. So let me go ahead and put in the floor pieces on this one. Marble block floor. Oh, need to move the ground back in those corners. So we've got that. And let me see. All right, let me see something. Let me see what would really... So I would still have to flatten it out from there. Bring everything around. Which may just be the best thing to do. I mean, in reality. So I'll do some very careful work there. Here though, I'm gonna have to do something to bring that up. And I think I can get those wall pieces that are non-gridded and just kind of angle them into it and then just fill that in from there. But for these other pieces, I should just be able to go back to the wall. And so yeah, just boom. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about there. I can do that. Oh yeah. Alright, so that's fine. I'll have to fix that real quick. Same little thing to fix that. Got that all done there. So let me deal with this terrain. Nope. Alright, so got that through there. Got that through there. Okay. So I know for this, what I'm going to be searching for. Oh, where are you? Where are you? marble ungridded wall. Hear ye, marble ungridded wall. Alright. Let me just see something. Do this. Yeah, that'll do. Two. I know I should have gone down already, but I just didn't want to be honest with you. I prefer doing it this way. I don't know why, really. I'm not gonna lie. Couldn't tell you. So we're gonna move that, bring this on over. This should be pretty damn similar. Boom. I think it actually is. Yeah, we're pretty much there. And see, so the one good thing about these buildings here is they're more viewable from the outside than they are in the actual track. So when I'm putting stuff in here, it's pretty much going to be to try to create maybe like one of those head knocker moments or something. But this ride at these points is going to be going pretty dang fast. So to try and really set up a whole lot of viewpoints, it doesn't help so much for people on the ride going through here. That's more of a, this helps for everybody else kind of situation. But one good thing is I can, why's that moving like that? Put a little head chopper. Yes. Yeah, no, that works there. Yeah, it's gonna look good coming out. So I don't really have to, because I don't know, hold on. Let me see something. So if you ever want to know, you can always just boom. Yeah, I don't think it needs a whole lot of decoration. I'm not going to be looking at that coming around. I'm not going to have time to glance down or anything. I'll double check. We might decorate this up a little bit more later, but if anything, it's just to kind of make it look more solidified. Alright, so now I still want to get some of those moments put in here, right? So we can build around these sections where this portion of the track does cross. Let me pull up and show you what I mean. So in general, you get your coaster here, right? So let's just say boom. Now I'm gonna have to let it play so I can see how wide to make this. But I figured that's gotta be good. I don't know, I mean, it's a pretty tight turn coming through there, right? It's just still one of those, I want to make sure that, your head doesn't get chopped off kind of situations as we go. Now it's waiting for that other one to go. There's people walking through the queue. God forbid they go a little quicker. But I need to let it come out and around. And same thing for ones like this. So this is probably going to be another one. I might just do a lot more rock work on here so I can have it going up and over. And same thing in this building as well. This is going to have multiple layers with it, multiple heights for the most part. At least I'm saying that right now because it sounds good to say. And so yeah, we're going to have plenty of head chopper moments. So I just want to make sure we get them right, and that, you know, I guess in a way they kind of make sense. But really, I just more want to make sure I don't kill people. That's my main goal. Although with the flumes, the new where you can launch people off, that's pretty funny. I might have to do that just on purpose for the hell of it. You know what I mean? Down under, plenty of space coming out. Gotta love it. Around through here. Plenty of space. Hits the 90-degree turn and boom. Let's pause. Yeah, I think that's pretty good height. I don't want to bring it down any further just because I've got oh man, that's the whole ones. God damn it. I don't want to bring it down any further, mainly just that might get a little too close, which let me just pull it up. So alright, I'm looking here. This is level, just say that's 2. You know, that still actually isn't that bad. So let me do that. Now, I need to cut the across, obviously. And so, see that, I think most, yeah, that's close. That is real close. But let's face it, in this game, no one reaches out to the side, so what the hell, why not? You know what I mean? Alright, but that is actually going to be a 1 meter down here, isn't it? Yeah. Now the question. Ooh! Wow. Tight squeeze. I love it, though. Yeah, that's intense. I will say that is intense. I'm going to go 2 around here. So let me see something. If I just really do keep this at this wall segment, I think I don't have to do too much on the inside to kind of like level stuff up to make it match. You know what I mean? Alright, let me bring it up to the same height. There you go. Let me see what that does. Whoa. Whoa, that is mighty close. But passable. But passable. I'm doing it. We're sticking with it, folks. This is how we're rolling today. Boom. Now this is where we're going to run into a little something, I have a feeling. Nope, we did not. Okay. Alright, alright. Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? I say this. I'm going to try something a little different. You can't see where that's lining up at. Alright, so there's that. So let me just do this now. Oh my god, did I really do those all on the outside? Nope, just that last one. Alright, there we go. There's... oh my god. Alright, so there's that. I'm not going to worry, like I said, too much about decorations on the sides of these buildings, because that would be more, and even most people aren't going to see this too much. mean, maybe this building might get a little bit more decoration on the outside, but these are going to be fairly plain. I mean, you're looking at it coming through here, boom. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to put too much on these, on the outer walls. It's supposed to be essentially kind of like a destroyed palace type thing, thinking about it. So yeah, that's kind of what we're going with. Oh, I made that too wide, didn't I? One. Nope. Yeah, nope, same thing. Okay. The only difference is I went down at the angle. Alright. So let's go ahead and just select all this stuff out. Duplicate it. Right. Oh my god. Split from building. Let me just move it over now. Seems a lot more difficult to do it the way I did than just, doing them on the other side. Hey man, how's it going, dude? How you doing, Mr. 865? I am actually doing pretty good. Finally got to be able to get on this week. Did not get on last week. Missed that opportunity. But able to get on today, thankfully. Alright. So we're just building. I don't know if you've seen these streams or not. Just building in our new park. That's it. We got more of a Mediterranean section going on here with our coaster. Off of Cyclops. Thinking the Odyssey, right? That kind of sentiment went into the design of this, at least the thought of it. Whether I pulled it off or not, don't really know that. Comes out 100-degree drop over the 90. It is a T-Rex one, so all this stuff is pure custom. Most of this part around here is also custom. It's this little interchange of inversions coming through. That is the in-game pieces. So calling it the Cyclops for now. Definitely willing to change the name at any point soon. So just putting in these basic decorations around the coaster. Thanks, man. So this one right here, the first section we got is our Viking area. I don't really know what I was thinking when building it. It wasn't supposed to be really much theming going on in reality, but it just kind of kicked off that way. Got an RMC. This one is pure custom design. Pure custom inversions, because you can tell they're pretty long and they're kind of shaky riding through them. So we got this one going. This segment, I haven't done this yet. This is going to be backstage type buildings. So these won't be anything simple, like extravagant. They're hardly going to have any design on them. But this one, the RMC, this, like I said, did become the Viking area. I didn't intend for it to be to start, but it really worked out that way. This one is Ragnarok. We've got our sign we put in for the ride sign here, and you enter just right over there. And each little area's got its own little ride sign, so with the exception of the swings, because who needs to name swings, right? I did name this one Odin's Raven. You can thank Anchorman for that name. Always stuck with me. So with this one, Odin's Raven fits the Viking area. Think of Odin's palace kind of setup going into walking into Valhalla, all that fun jazz that we all learned when the show Vikings and stuff got popular. So this one is our B&M wing coaster. Right now I've got this is the second RMC, the T-Rex. But 2 RMCs, 1 B&M. I've kind of mapped out a lot of stuff in the park. Don't know theming wise or anything yet. But this will be one of the bigger areas, or I might just cut it off a little shorter instead of extending around. Cut it off here and just kind of bring it this way. Maybe have 1 or 2 more themed sections, and then get the water park going around over here. But except, here's what's funny with the water park. I have no idea how big I know Planet Coaster's sizing is massive compared to what you think about in real world sizing, right? But so I made on the YouTube channel, I made a lazy river. I don't think that episode's aired yet, but I have a lazy river in a different park I'm doing, and holy Lord, that thing is huge. I didn't anticipate it to be like that, but man, it is. It's excessive. It took up a lot. Kind of liked how it turned out, though. I will admit, I did. I really did. I did like how it turned out. All right. Oh, so you play much Planet Coaster, or what do you got going on most of the days, gaming-wise? Punch this one. Is this even the right one? Yep. Alright, so got that one in. I'm going to take a sharp down turn. Boom. And then right here. Just putting these in. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to do much, fine point detail in here, because you are going to be passing by it as you come flying through pretty quick. So as long as they dang near chop your head off, I think that's fairly successful with what I'm trying to do here in this segment. And I don't need to cover it up all the way. I actually could, even with where this portion comes out. Ooh. I don't know. That's a tough call. Let me think about it. Let me just add something here. I keep them at a 90-degree turn all the way through that. So I could come out this way and do that. But would I be obligated to close it off any on this side? Or can I just keep that up there like that? Maybe do some finer point dressing. I think I would have to close it off on the side, right? The second one, I think now is coming in to its own. They've got their third update pushed out. I don't notice a lot of the problems I've heard people talk about. Except for I've had it crashing, so I think before, if I ever use the terrain painter thing, the scenery brush, not terrain paint, but the scenery brush, when I use that, it would crash out on me all the time. But that's pretty much stopped. Now, oddly enough, the only time it crashes is whenever I'm quitting the game, turning it off. But outside of that, I think they've got a lot of good things fixed. The water park is fun. The slides are kind of a little wonky. You have to get used to them to start, but I enjoy it. I think that's kind of what I see a lot of split offs in terms of is, the whole enjoy it, don't enjoy it kind of situation, or to be able to say, yeah, I just straight up enjoy this. It doesn't matter to me. Some people take it really seriously. How does that look right there? And I am just not one of those guys. Part of me, I guess, wishes I could be, but I'm just not. This is not what I was anticipating, but I'm intrigued by what I'm putting up here. I don't know what that does. It doesn't look... like... Yes, sir. RMC T-Rex. 100-degree drop. In fact, here it goes on it. I don't know if this is with this wood key. I think it might. But going to a little over 100 degrees around a turn into a barrel roll. That seems like it could be relatively violent. It looks actually smooth. The ratings on the coaster don't show that you'll die. But I don't know. Max lateral G-force 3.5, vertical's 5.8. That's got to be coming off the hill. Maybe. I don't know. Minimum vertical negative 1.08. 8 inversions. just 0.25 airtime. It's not really meant for that one. Scenery rating 0. Well, how in the hell do I have a 0? It's got all that go. I guess we'll see how it goes. Oh, now it's all the way. Okay. Whew. I was starting to get a little pissy. Yeah, so we got it going. Everything from here, like, so the whole lift hill, and you can tell this wonky ass little thing that I got going right there. You can tell that's obviously custom, let's just say. Inclusive. Oh, the slanted pretzel turnaround. Okay, so this is a pretzel, if I'm not mistaken. Slanted. I'm trying to picture this thing. That's got to be intense. Like, it's just got to be. So you'd go up. Any angle you make this down thing at, one, you're either pulling yourself super tight coming out of this first one to go at an angle down there, then coming back around that way. Wow. Really, it's not as intense. It just seems like I would ride it, that's for damn certain. This I had to put in trim brakes. It looks wonky as shit, but dude, I had to put them in. I learned this when I built the RMC, because that's the second, or not the RMC, this is an RMC. But I learned it when I built the hybrid coaster over here. And it just booted at the stream. But either way, I learned it when I built this hybrid coaster over here that, man, I thought it was supposed to... What happened? Everybody's back. But yeah, this is my second iteration on it because I don't run off a whole lot of speed. Here, all these inversions, like this is straight up in-game pieces. Everything else down here, I did man-made. By the way, if it does that whole little glitching thing again, I promise y'all, just hold tight. Just hold tight. It did great. Yeah, I guess that would be interesting. And really that's... Let me just see. Still can't hear anything? Hold on. What about now? It has a glitch, so I use OBS. So it has to start the stream over. Let me just see. I hate it when that shit happens. It's happened before. Last time was pretty bad, and it's not my internet signal. I really don't know what it is. I mean, I've tried to get it to work, but it still does. And I updated the OBS and everything that I use to stream it. Oh, crap. Had a glitch in the stream. Have to end right quick and hop back on. Reset the stream. This is what I get for using free stuff. Alright, so I'm going to hop off in this real quick, and then I'm going to start it back up again just to see what I can do about it. So give me just a minute, guys. Hang tight, and I promise I will be back on here just in a jiffy.